Hey Ellie, how you winning? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear, Jess. All good. I'm all good. I'm
Yeah.
actually abroad right now, so yeah.
Wicked, where are you?
I'm in Turkey. Took a few nights away. The miss is
Yeah,
just to, you know, a small reward, but also pausing.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's necessary to reflect. It's so amazing. I just spoke to Sean, who just got back from Portugal, was telling me how he was making money while he was in Portugal and he's absolutely loving it. And now you're in Turkey, living your best life. I love it.
Thank you.
So share with us, man. What's the journey been like with Money Mastery Academy so far?
Ah, it's been really great, Jazz. It's been great from the beginning. It's I never expect things to be easy, especially when you have such a big vision, a big goal
Hmm.
for yourself. But it's been amazing. I'm not a religious person, but I thank Jesus for the opportunity, and I thank you and your team because if it wasn't for you allowing me to be on board in October, I don't think I would have, seen some of the successes that I've seen thus far.
Hmm.
From the very beginning, I replied to your story yesterday on WhatsApp, and you said there are three reasons. One of the two main reasons why people don't succeed is clarity and integrity,
Hmm.
and it's just so powerful because if I hadn't got the clarity, the indication direction of this is what you need to do, this way you need to go, and then
Hmm.
I believe I had the integrity, but the added boost from your team, from you having access to you, yeah, it makes a big difference. It's the small, fine margins, just like an athlete. It's the fine margins
Yeah,
that make the huge difference.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great analogy as well. And you spoke about some of the successes earlier. What have you been able to achieve since joining Money Mastery Academy?
So in the first month, again, I don't always perceive everything to happen quick because life doesn't work that way. But in the first month, I broke my first personal best. My business turnover profit of £20,000, and that was the introduction to the premium value offer.
Hmm.
The whole idea, the concept that I learned on the 4-day training of how to package your offer to distinguish it completely from competition, colleagues, or whoever. And even really just look inside yourself and see the value that you bring, that you have. And one of your famous phrases, abundance is your birthright. That abundance comes from you to share with the world, to share in your industry. And that month, I onboarded a client who, over actually 3 months, he ended up paying about £10,000.
Mm.
And it was a big shocker because from my line of work, like people are charging maybe the 3,000, 4,000, but for someone to pay over double, it's like you can't unsee it. It's
Yeah.
real. It's
Mm.
not obviously it's not by luck, but it's
Mm.
real. It's very possible. And then last month, what can I say? Like I had my best month, smashed that, and 28,000 pounds
Hmm.
profit, and that's actually crazy to me because I don't know if you remember when you onboarded me. I'm usually I like to be a quick decision maker, know what I want,
Mm.
and I knew exactly from when I came on the course I wanted to take it further, and I said that my goal was 30,000, and
Hmm.
to just like practically hit maybe 3,000 away. Um, it's uh, it's like I knew it was coming because I've been implementing your systems, the trainings. Again, it's the small differences. The fine margins that make the biggest difference. Uh,
Indeed.
but just doing that last month after combining the premium value offers for clients that are paying more, revising my offers, my package religiously, thinking about the client first, as you know, you always preach. It's made me think more on the business rather than in it, which I was doing a lot of before.
Powerful. So you just done your highest month at 28,000 for the month. What was your monthly income like before Money Mastery?
Before Money Mastery, my income was hovering around the 10,000
Hmm.
a month. but that was because you have another famous phrase, a scattergun strategy. That's what I had. So
Right.
I didn't know, I didn't know where I didn't know where I was generating leads from, how it would work, how I would retain them, how I could get people to, to pay more or not just charge. It's not about charging more. It's about increasing the value.
Mm,
Because often in business, if you're looking to if you're just focusing on price and you're offering discounts here and there, it's like a race to the bottom, which I learned
sure.
from another book. But it's increasing the value and the perception of it. Um, and by doing that, creating assets in the systems to give you back the time, so then you
Mhm.
can focus on the more high level income tasks. So
Yeah.
yeah, around that mark.
You said something powerful and interesting there, which was around you've been reading books. So why did you not just continue reading books and getting sort of insights from books and kind of figuring it out on your own? What was the difference for you that made you say, actually, I need some more personal guidance and mentorship to help me to accelerate through this journey?
I think just like people often go through the educational system.
Mhm.
Um, your primary school teacher is not going to be able to teach you physics in A level. Your tutor in uni can't teach, well, they could, but they're not going to teach, kindergarteners. I got to a stage in my business where I was doing okay to what most people might think. But I knew that there was a high level and I just didn't know where to go. So I need to find someone that is able to give me that insight, that key information. I always say, and I always see it this way, it's not about the price, that you're paying for something. It's the investment, it's the value, and that value is qualitative. It's not quantitative, because I mean, you can attend a networking event and maybe pay £200 for the ticket, but if you meet that one potential business partner, they're
Mm.
able to open just massive doors that you know are just endless, really.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So what would you say from a support perspective? What's it been like at Money Mastery Academy?
the support's been great, particularly from yourself. Uh, Even though I'm not badgering you every week, every other week, every other day, but it makes a big difference when you can ask your mentor, your coach something, and they
Mm.
can come back to you and give you that insight. Because I believe that in order to be successful um, in money mastery or anything in life, you can't just be dependent on someone to do the work. You need to do that work.
Sure.
You need
Yeah.
to like before I did my first webinar, I think I did like 12 hours of studying and practicing because, just as you preach, we want to be world class. That's the standard that we want.
Mm.
But just having access to you, messaging, and having access to Jazz, to Zelia, Daryl, their support, their insight, and they're able to kind of pick up on stuff as well that, maybe you haven't seen yourself. Like, I remember the accountability call, I think 2 months ago. Jasmine, she came on and she said, "Oh, Eddie, you look bored." Bored. I love what I do. I love my business. But she said, "You need a new challenge. You can't be focusing on, these clients that you've been working on. You need to do bigger things." And that has now turned the gears in my brain to then, I messaged you the other day about now thinking about a bigger offer to work business to business on a bigger scale.
Mm.
And the Academy members as well, who are doing very well, they're also very inspirational. So the support has been great.
Yeah, perfect. And what would you say? Obviously, you've worked pretty hard in order to get from the 10K a month where you were more like to the 28K a month where you're at now. And the powerful thing about that in terms of framing is now that you've hit that 28, almost 30 grand a month, that becomes your new baseline. Because it's hard to go back now, isn't it? It's like, all right, cool. That I can do that 30 grand a month, cool. Now I've got to do that consistently and even more as you continue to progress and elevate, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's crazy the way life works because when I left my entry level IT support role, I think I was making around 30K a year.
Mm-hmm.
And for me to almost eclipse that in a month,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy. But I think I said it in one of the group chats before. You guys have got me thinking so big.
Mm.
Like, I've a level of appreciation. I remember actually in September, no, February, I did 16K and I
Mm.
came to you at the event. I said, "No, but it wasn't 30." He said, "Listen, okay, that's fine, but appreciate." where you've come from, because often, of course, we should be chasing bigger goals, but you need to
Yeah,
appreciate the progress that you've made.
indeed.
But then just doing that, putting like this isn't fairy tales. Like if you put the things in place, it's like in business, it compounds. It's not
Mm,
linear and it multiplies because when you hit that home run, as Alex Hormozy says, that home run can really be a big hitter. So it's been life changing, man. It really is.
perfect, perfect. And as you say, it's about accepting and acknowledging and appreciating where you are whilst accelerating towards where you want to go. So that's really, really powerful. And I'm sure the people that are watching this would get some valuable sentiments and insights from just what you said just there. Now, before we close off, what would be the thing that you would say to somebody that is thinking about joining Money Mastery Academy and is sort of curious about what the next step might be for them? What would you say to them?
It's if you're it's not about being ready, but if you're determined to put in the work,
Mm,
you're determined to have, as you mentioned, to receive the clarity and then
mm,
follow through the integrity with
mm,
every session, with every insight and every tool. You'll make
mm,
mistakes along the way, but if you have those two things,
mm,
this is an amazing place to be,
mm.
because it compounds your progress, your goals. It will compound, and on the other side of it, you'll be able to reap the rewards that you then deserve. You become that person. Like you become like right now, I can say that I've become the person that was able to make £30,000 in a month because through your teaching, I invested in myself. I worked on my skills. I'm continue to do that.
Mm.
Speaking, selling, crafting the offers, and as a byproduct, that will happen. So it's a no-brainer. If you have that mindset and you're ready to do that, then you should definitely get on board.
Perfect. And I'm going to say this to you directly. One thing that I really appreciate and acknowledge about you is that you don't mess about. You remind me of me and my mindset quite a lot because when you come on board, when I invest into coaching and mentoring programs, I don't play about. I'm in 100% of the way. And you're that same mentality. And I absolutely love that. And you mentioned earlier about, you keep on messaging me and all of that sort of stuff. And I love it because I know that you're going to implement. And when you said that you did your first 28 grand month the other day, I was like, boom, wicked, because I knew it was coming because you're continually, there's challenges along the way. I don't want anyone that's watching this to think, oh, you just come in, you just press a few buttons and then boom, shakalaka. Sometimes it can feel like that because you're intensely focused on doing intentional work, not hard work, but intentional work. And then you get the result on the other side. But you've continued to persist despite the challenges, despite the setbacks, this amount of people didn't show up and all of that sort of stuff, but you're here and you wait. The reason that you've achieved that level of success from the 10 grand where you were more like to the 28 coming up towards 30 grand where you are now is because of that level of intensity and you've actually continuously put in the work. So I want to say I definitely acknowledge you for that.
No, I appreciate that. Coming from you, I've been follow. It's funny. I'm not the first person to say I've been following your journey. And in fact, when I was doing my podcast business, I never realized until the year where I jumped onto your program. I actually asked to come on, and you said it wasn't the right time. I said it was cool. But I've been following you for a number of years, and I've likened you to even other amazing experts, world class business consultants. So for you to say that genuinely, it means a lot. It means a lot, and I know that you are not just saying it for the sake of it, but it means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. My appreciation, brother. You have a wonderful evening. I look forward to speaking
Cool,
to you soon.
crazy, cool, man. Appreciate it.
No,